The largest domestic security deployment in French history is underway, with thousands of soldiers and police out on the streets. The massive show of force was announced as the latest edition of Charlie Hebdo went to the printing presses. Up to 3 million copies of the magazine will hit newsstands tomorrow, dwarfing its usual print run of 60,000. Europe correspondent Mary Guerin reports from Paris.
The most important edition of this small satirical magazine, created to draw laughter and tears. The survivors of the Charlie Hebdo shootings working on a defiant deadline without 8 of their own. Inside, there'll be cartoons of their murdered colleagues. On the cover, the Prophet Muhammad with a tear in his eye, holding a Je suis Charlie sign under the words, "All is forgiven."
There wasn't a day we didn't receive death threats, so we knew, but at the same time no one could have imagined that our team would be decimated with a Kalashnikov in the middle of an editorial conference.
Police guard the daily newspaper Libération building, a borrowed newsroom, with Charlie Hebdo's blood-soaked offices still sealed off as a crime scene.
There are mixed emotions. There is tension because of the deadline to publish, and then there's distress because they're overwhelmed by what they experienced.
Out on the streets, guards like never before, as the government ratchets up security in this nervous nation. A bold measure with a particular focus on vulnerable Jewish targets. 10,000 troops are being deployed on the streets of France, and 5,000 police will be assigned to potential terrorist targets like Jewish schools, where children have been arriving to armed soldiers at the gates.
This school is just around the corner from where gunman Amadi Koulibaly shot and killed a policewoman last week. Now the school's administrators are assuming he was on his way here.
Some of parents, they don't come this morning, because they are afraid about the security.
Tight security is already affecting everyday life in Paris. Bags are inspected, then cable-tied until you leave again. This woman tells me it all makes her feel much better. It's reassuring. It now seems clear one of France's main suspects is beyond its reach. Unverified video has emerged that appears to show Hayat Boumediene in Istanbul. The Turkish Foreign Minister has confirmed she travelled there from France on January the 2nd and then slipped into Syria, leaving a big hole in the French investigations. Mary Guerin, ABC News, Paris.